Don't fight the shoe. When you try to fight the shoe, that's when this shoe becomes very unenjoyable to run in. So the Prime X2 is a neutral, carbon plated, highly stacked performance running shoe from Adidas. So it is absolutely packed full of the latest tech, and with all that tech packed into this shoe, it comes at a really hefty price. So here in Australia, $450, $300 in the US. So that is a price increase from the previous versions. So not really happy with that. And also weight wise, it's gained weight from the previous versions, 10.7 ounces or 303 grams in a men's size 9. So on paper, the weight actually doesn't look that heavy. However, the weight distribution of this shoe makes this shoe feel a lot heavier than it is. And for that, it's getting 5 out of 10. And for the price, it's pretty much not in anyone's price bracket out there. And I don't think it represents any type of value for money. 4 out of 10. So in the upper here, Adidas are using their STRUNG upper again. So if you're not sure about what the STRUNG upper is, it's just a whole bunch of strings that are sort of molded together around the shoe. They give the foot some structure where it needs to, and also give the shoe some flexibility when it needs to. The only downside here with a STRUNG upper is the breathability is not the best. It is a little bit of a hot shoe. Moving on to the rest of the shoe, so the STRUNG upper pretty much incorporates the whole shoe except for just the tongue here. So we've got a booty stretch knit tongue, so that means it's one piece, it's not a separate piece. And this booty design tongue does a great job, so it's a great update from the previous version. Really loving that. So heel counter wise, very flexible, very flimsy heel counter, as you can see there. Again, in all the Adizero series, the only padding that we've got here, minimal padding, it's just in the inside of the heel tab there, as you can see. There's no padding on the tongue. Lockdown wise, this tongue, the booty design tongue, and the stretch knit does a great job to lock the foot down on the top of the shoe. We all know how I feel about Adidas's laces, too thin and fiddly. However, they're pretty, you don't really need them in this shoe because the rest of the shoe does the majority of the lockdown. So the fit is definitely true to size. And I did mention it before in my first impressions review. I think this is the best fitting Adidas shoe that I have ever tried. So thumbs up there for Adidas. It's also to mention with this STRUNG upper, it does actually move around and conform a little bit, and it actually suits your foot better the more that you run in this shoe. So again, well done there with the STRUNG upper. So my only drawback here with the upper is really the breathability of this STRUNG upper. Apart from that, really liking everything else. 8.5 out of 10. Right, so in the midsole here, we have got a lot of Light Strike Pro. 3 layers in fact. Stack height wise, 50 in the rear, 43.5 in the front, 6.5mm drop. Now it's important with these Light Strike Pro layers, so that we've got the top layer there, and then we've got a carbon plate underneath there. Now we've got this little middle layer there that actually feels a lot softer than the other 2 layers, and that one squeezes in between another carbon plate, which is at the bottom of that one, and then you've got your final bottom layer of Light Strike Pro. Now that little system that they've got going there under the forefoot, so it's just like, if you can imagine two carbon infused plates, and they've got this nice little softy squishy bit of Light Strike Pro, and it's just meant to give like a little trampoline effect and give like a springboard effect through the front of the shoe. Geometry wise, we've got a really aggressive rocker here in the front of the shoe, so I really love where Adidas have put the rocker in the shoe. Works with my foot strike very nicely. And the ride is also far more stable than the previous version. So they've widened the platform here. They put a bit more Light Strike Pro in it. Changed the geometry around in the heel. And you can definitely feel that. So a lot more of a stable ride. But what this shoe is not, and I'm going to say it's not responsive. So it's got energy return, it's got bounce, but it's not responsive because the weight of this shoe, as I said it before, the weight is killing off the performance features in this shoe. Well, definitely is for me. It's too bottom heavy, and it's not light it's not light enough to get going. So this shoe, you have to go with this shoe. So this shoe will dictate how fast it wants to go. As I said, it's nice and bottom heavy. It's just going to go like a pendulum. You just stay with that and don't fight the shoe. When you try to fight the shoe, that's when this shoe becomes very unenjoyable to run in. So overall in the midsole, I respect the amount of tech that they've put in. However, the weight definitely is killing the performance features of this shoe. 8 out of 10. So in the outsole here, yep, Continental rubber, very reminiscent of what they use in the Pro 3. It's durable, it's grippy, it's sticky, it's really, really nice. Hardly any wear signs at all on this shoe, so really, really loving that. Not much to complain about here, 9 out of 10. Alright, so best shoes for me, number one is definitely easy days, recovery days. Don't fight the shoe, just go with the shoe. It may suit some people on some longer runs, however I'm going to steer clear because it's too heavy for me. It's going to do a really good job if you want to build your legs up and get them used to running in a heavier shoe. So who is it best for? So those people who like to run in a high stack shoe and don't mind a bit of weight under their foot, and also those runners who want to actually build some strength in their legs. Okay, so similar shoes or other options out there. So that's going to depend on what you want to buy this shoe for. If you're looking for a race day option, just have a look at the Adidas Pro 3. Also have a look at the Alpha Fly 2. If you're after just a really highly stacked shoe, similar geometry to this one, just check out the first version of the Prime X. It's a far better version than this one. And if you're looking for a super trainer, have a look in Adidas's backyard, save yourself some money. Check out the Boston 12, that's a great option. But if you want a really high stack carbon plated shoe that's a little different, check out the Saucony Convara Pro. Right, so in summary, I really respect the amount of tech and the innovation that Adidas are putting into this shoe. Really, really nice foam. There's probably a little bit too much going on though. So it's priced out of the market for most people, and I don't think the performance features in this shoe are worth the money. So I don't think you're going to get any value in this shoe. Definitely not for $450 or $300 US for sure. So save your money, in my opinion. It's a big no from me. I would definitely look at other options. So if you're looking for a race day option, definitely look at other options. If you're looking for a super trainer out there, there's far better options as well. And if you just want a Prime X, just get the first version. So my advice is save your money. That's just about it from me, guys. Questions? So if you've got any questions for me regarding my time in the Prime X2, also how it compares in anything else that I've tested or currently testing, just drop it in the comments below. And again, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time.